Good morning and welcome to Cole's Backyard Cube. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that I thought would be important for anybody that keeps chickens to understand what to do about head injuries and wounds. It made me think about this because it happens so frequently in the flock due to a couple reasons. There's pecking order, obviously, and when a higher level hen on the pecking order is putting a lower level in their place, they tend to pick at the head as the most vulnerable and more painful area for them to let the other chicken know that they need to fall in line. But I had another situation. We've been having this El Nino winter with the storms and the wind, and I had a situation where a cardboard box blew across the yard, and the hens were in the run, and so was the rooster, Stetson, and it caused a head abrasion on Buttercup right there, the Buff Orpington. When she turns around, you'll be able to see it, but it's a scrape basically against the wire. She got an abrasion from jumping. See that black mark on her comb right there? That's the scab that's healing. And then on her wattle as well, she has a black mark from the abrasion. See it right there? Yeah, I'm kind of zooming in right on her so you can see it a little bit better when she is not preening herself. There it is right there. So yeah, so those type of abrasions I wanted to talk about because you want to watch and observe your flock, like I always say, every single day, making sure that you're looking at their faces, making sure that you're looking at their legs, their whole body, doing observation of what they're looking like, and making sure that there's no visible wounds that you need to address. So in her case, I noticed it like after the cardboard box blew in from, we have a melon bed going over there, which I'll bring up in one of my segments for the garden. But I'm lining it with cardboard and then put compost over it. So what happened was the wind caught one of the cardboard boxes and blew it across the yard over here by the run, and they went crazy and started bouncing off the walls. So you have to watch for that, because if you notice an abrasion like I did, you want to make sure that you address it right away because it was bleeding, and then that's going to draw the attention to the other chickens. They see something red and they want to pick at it. And that's what you don't want, because it's going to make the situation worse and make the wound worse than it really is. Her wound was superficial. So what you should keep on hand to address those type of situations is Styptic Powder is my go-to. Quick Stop, Styptic Powder, it's known by a couple names, but that will stop the bleeding instantly. It's almost like a flower almost, and it will stop the bleeding instantly. I caught her and I put the Styptic Powder on there because I saw it was just superficial. And then I also keep on hand No Pick Lotion, which you can also rub on a wound, and it keeps the other hens, the scent of it keeps the other hens from picking at it. But in her case, the Styptic Powder was sufficient, and now it's got a nice scab. It turns black when it's healing. So if you see that your hens or the rooster has a black scab on their comb or on the wattle, you'll understand why that is, because that is a little wound or a peck mark from one of the other chickens. So they're constantly squabbling, it just happens all the time, but you just want to make sure there's not a serious injury. I had one of my Colombian Wyandottes have an earlobe injury, and one of the other hens got a hold of it and really pulled hard on it, and it was open and bleeding. So I went through the same process. I caught her, did the Styptic Powder, kept an eye on it. You want to make sure and be vigilant every single day. that the wound is open until you see it's completely healed. But you want to be on top of it because you don't want a situation where it gets really bad and then you end up having to separate the bird because the others are picking at it so much it can't heal. Now, you also obviously want to look at feet as well, or if they open up a spot on a back, or I never have those situations, but the head is an area that they do pick at each other at to inflict a quick hit of pain and make the other one fall in line beneath them in the pecking order. Now, obviously, Stetson is at the top of the pecking order, so nobody messes with him, and he's really good. He'll try to get in between hens and kind of settle squabbles. But they do squabble, and I'm sure if you have chickens, you've seen squabbles where they'll spar a little bit until one backs down because they'll challenge each other's pecking order to see if they can move up or not. And then one will kind of rip into the other a little bit, and they'll grab onto the comb. Now, in saying that, I've also seen where Stetson, when he mounts the hens, not intentionally, he'll grab a hold of the back of the comb. Like Bluebell right here, she has such a large comb that instead of him grabbing the back of her head feathers, he'll grab the comb itself. Now, he's gentle when he does it. He doesn't try to inflict pain. But you also have to watch that too, because if he opens up a spot on their comb, then you're going to have to treat that. So that's my main focus today, guys. I wanted to make sure you understood what to look for. Look at your flock every day, every morning when I come out. I look at everyone. I check their heads. I look at their feet. I look at it all over. But immediately after that cardboard box had blown across the yard, and they went crazy flapping and bouncing off the wire, I immediately checked them. And I saw that there was a little bit of blood on her head. Buttercup right there. My Buff Orpington, I saw there was some blood on her head, and sure enough, on her comb, she had scraped just the top layer of skin off. So you got to be prepared for that. Again, keep Styptic Powder. You can order it online. I got mine off Amazon. And then no pick lotion. If you really see a spot that they're picking at, like if they've opened up a wound on a back or a toe that's bleeding because they broke off a nail or something, you want to put the Styptic Powder on that because that'll heal. Chickens heal pretty quickly, actually. So yeah, so I wanted to bring that up to you guys and make sure that you understood what you should be looking for and how you should treat it. Now, you can also use Neosporin, but I always find the Styptic Powder to be pretty much all I need to treat a wound, and the no-pick lotion, which is produced by Rooster Booster. I'll find a link and put that in the description for you on that. And Styptic Powder, again, is pretty easy to find, but I'll look for a link to put in the description as well on that. Otherwise, your flock is, going to be healthy and thrive as long as you stay on top of these little chicken health, is what I call them. Those are my segments. I'll do chicken health tasks that you need to keep up with, because chickens, again, will, pick on each other, and that's part of the pecking order. So, or again, when they just go nuts because a cardboard box blows across your yard, and they bounce off the walls, they'll injure themselves that way. So you want to stay on top of it, and you want to examine your flock thoroughly every single day. See how they pick on each other for no reason? They just, she's at the top of the pecking order right there, Annabelle. And then she'll just, say, hey, know that I'm the boss, and that's it. And then everybody's good as long as they know their place. But there are many other ways they can get injured, so that's the important part of this message. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer them. And then if you like the video, please mash the like button. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. I've gotten quite a few subscribers lately, and I really appreciate that. I'm approaching 4,000 subscribers, which is so exciting to me. And I greatly appreciate you guys watching this video, and hopefully it was helpful. So for the moment, from Cole's Backyard Coop, hope everyone's doing well out there. And until the next video, happy chicken keeping.